Good morning, everyone. Welcome to episode 2 of our adventure through Kyushu. If you haven't seen the first episode, please go back and watch it. It's a really cool journey, just entering the Kyushu region, checking out Hakata and Fukuoka, and then traveling along the northern part of the western coast of the Kyushu region. We hit up a beautiful white shrine that's on the ocean side, checked out some grilled seafood, and then went along some of the terraced rice fields, and before ending our night with a Japanese-style American burger in Sasebo. So today we're starting our day in front of Ono Church, which is one of the most hidden Catholic churches in all of Nagasaki. Nagasaki is actually where Christianity entered Japan, so it's really important culturally for this area. This is a really cool small church hidden away in the hills on the coastline. Yeah, we just wanted to start our day off with this before heading out towards Nagasaki City. So this morning we were actually supposed to head out to Kishima, but some scheduling conflicts happened with some ferries that we thought existed but apparently didn't. And then when we found the actual ferry, the schedule didn't match up with our next ferry off to a different island. So we're taking the opportunity to actually slowly make our way down the coast towards Nagasaki City, and we're just kind of stopping up at interesting points. We just kind of drove by a set of stairs that are just seemingly going into nowhere, so we just parked the car. Although a little disappointing not to be able to make it up to Kishima this morning. We rescheduled it for a different day, but for now it's more of a coastal exploration. You know, in anime, they always have the cicada sound in the background of the summer episodes. They never really tell you exactly how loud it is. I really hope that it is not being picked up by this mic right now. It definitely is. I'll try to suppress as much as I can. But man, it's like thousands and thousands of bugs just screaming at you from the trees. It's kind of scary because you don't really see them. They're kind of really well blended in.
They're also massive.
Yeah, they're also huge, so yeah, kind of scary. There's so many spiders. Was not expecting a hike like that. It wasn't that bad. It was like a 5-10 minute walk.
We were just not prepared.
We were just not expecting that because
definitely wear a lot.
Yeah, bad news, a lot of mosquitoes, and we didn't have insect repellent, so we'll see how that goes. I can't tell if I've been destroyed yet. I've got a couple itchy spots. But yeah, wow, it's gorgeous up here. Okay, let's get some shots. Alright, so that was fun. So we ended up a little bit more itchy and a little bit more sweaty.
God, I got bit.
I definitely got bit too. Yeah, on the way back down, we saw a snake just chilling, and I just saw it like just whip away. That was a little startling. Whew. Okay, so maybe this one, don't come to it. It's not worth it, and it's pretty like ungrooved, but it's
definitely not maintained.
Yeah, definitely not maintained. Somebody has not climbed in a while. Spiders, webs everywhere, but yeah, definitely itchy. Okay, all right, onto somewhere that's a little less.
You're so sweaty.
Yeah, definitely onto somewhere that's a little less intense. right now at Nagasaki Port, just boarding the ferry that's heading to the Goto Islands, specifically the Fukue Island, which is the biggest of the 5 islands that are off the coast of Nagasaki. We'll be spending today and tomorrow there before heading back in and spending more time in the city. All right, we just made it to Fukue Island. So I didn't film any of like the 4-hour ferry because it's a pretty small boat. It's just a lot of people sleeping and really strong waves. So I was essentially spending most of my time trying to be asleep rather than nauseous. So that was my strategy. How was the boat ride for you? Yes, it was very stuffy in there. All right, so we're walking to our hotel now. We're gonna check in, grab our rental car, and then see what we're gonna do for the rest of the evening. Yeah, it looks like it's about to rain, so don't know how much we can do. Hopefully it'll be clear for tomorrow. It should be. So our first stop is ice cream. Yeah, so this is a local sweet potato ice cream that they have at a cafe that we were looking at going to. Unfortunately, the cafe is actually closed, but they still serve ice cream. We'll be back tomorrow because they have grilled mochi, which I know Elsie is very excited for. All right, so you can try and give you a review. Oh. Not very sweet potatoey, more like custardy. Yeah, it's really nice and smooth, very thick. Okay, alright, so we're gonna see if we grab dinner now? We're not really sure what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna grab dessert first before dinner. So right now we are at Kumanosato, which is an udon and soba place on Goto Island. We are eating Goto udon, which is this very unique style of udon that's very thinly sliced and then coated.
I think stretched with camellia oil.
Okay, yeah. So normally, obviously, udon is a little bit thicker of a noodle, so I'm really excited for a thinner version of that. I got a duck one, and Elsie got a beef. It just says meat, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be beef. Jokes, Elsie actually got pork in hers. Man, that looks really good. Here's my duck udon. I'm trying the soup. There's like a bit of yuzu in it. It's like nice and sour. Mine has a little bit of yuzu in it. Yeah, of course. It's like a little bit sour. There's a little bit like of a citrusy taste to it. Do you have different soups? Here's a nice. Here's the thin udon. There's a bit of the duck. Yeah, it's fantastic. How's yours? Is it good?
Delicious.
Why is she so weird?
It has cilantro for those people who think cilantro tastes like soap.
Like your sister?
Yeah. But I like it, so.
So first up on our list this morning is a lighthouse on the western coast of Fukue Island. We'll be heading there just for some sunrise or some earlier morning photos and videos. Really excited. Elsie found it and said that it was very picturesque. So yeah, let's head there first. Hey, so we just made it up to the Osaki Lighthouse Observatory. Yeah, so you can see the lighthouse just down over there, just in the distance. Man, it is stunning up here. We are actually straight up in the clouds. We're so high up. It's kind of like a misty morning just because of how cloudy it was yesterday, and kind of see how the clouds are moving. So I'm gonna see if I can get a nice time-lapse shot of the clouds moving all over this. It's a little windy, so hopefully it won't knock over the camera. If it does, I will be very, very sad, but it should be all right. Yeah, that was a lot of dramatic scenery. I put up the drone, a little sketchy because of how windy it is. I definitely had some struggles getting it back, but it's all safe. The footage turned out great, I think. And also you got some very cool...
Look, film it. It's like a salamander thing, lizard thing.
I don't even see that. Oh.
It darted across my...
Yeah, this is a very, very nice observatory. Very windy hills to get up here, so if you do drive up here, do be careful. It's like kind of one lane with cars going both ways. But yeah, I put up the drone, a little sketchy considering how windy it was, but I got it back safely, and I think the footage turned out stunning. Yeah, so we're gonna head over to the next location, which I'm looking forward to a lot. Welcome to Takahama Beach, rated as one of Japan's most beautiful beaches. It's hard not to see why. There are these really cool rock formations, huge waves, this clear, beautiful blue-green ocean, just surrounded by like greenery. It is awesome. It's a little low tide right now, so the beach is pretty long. As you can see behind me, the waves are really far out. I might put up the drone. We'll see. It's kind of windy again, but at least it's a little more visible this time. So we are now at Goto Cafe. This is a store that specializes in sweet potato mochi because it's a local specialty here. They have a lot of different sweet potato based desserts, food, and yeah, we just came here before getting lunch because nothing else was open. And so Elsie is very, very excited. Yes, that's the menu. We'll show you what we got soon. All right, so we ended up getting grilled mochi, fried mochi, and some senzai, which is a cool red bean soup with some mochi inside it. And yeah, that was a great appetizer for lunch.
More food!
So this restaurant right behind me is called Mochizuki. They say that this is the first restaurant that started offering goto beef in steaks. Goto beef is actually very special. It is very rare in all of Japan. These islands are the only place that you can get it. Most of the time, calves from Goto are actually exported to other prefectures where they're raised into the cattle that they normally sell. So places like Gifu or Kobe, they actually use Goto calves in their meat. So when you are eating some of those famous meats, just know that they actually come from this island. So it's actually very, very special. The beef is actually very balanced. It's not super fatty, it's not super meaty, it's somewhere perfectly in the middle. So if you find that a lot of other different cuts are way too, way too soft or way too fatty, this is actually a pretty good mix of the two. If you saw me eat the Hita beef with Chris that one time in Takahama, I would say that this is definitely much meatier than that. So yeah, let's go. So this is the 200 gram Goto beef loin. Wow, it smells amazing. Oh, it cuts so easily. Wow. It looks so good. It was amazing. Here's Elsie's little bib because Elsie got the chicken. So we're sharing both of these set menus half-half. The grilled chicken set is what is the other one that we got, but it was splashing quite a bit, so Elsie had to put on a bib. Yeah, it's a huge piece of chicken. The portion sizes are huge at Mochizuki. So if you don't get the steak, the chicken was amazing too. And a lot of meat mixed with insane heat. It's not a very good combination. Fat breathing.
After lunch, we explored the island for a little while longer before returning to the ferry to make our way back to the mainland. I once again didn't film anything on this ferry ride because I was pretty heat exhausted and definitely not in a mood to film anything. So pardon the lack of energy in the next ending scene.
So after a 4-hour ferry ride, we were finally back in Nagasaki City. We just checked into our hotel room and we're going to crash for the night before another early morning before we head out to the location that I've been the most excited for, and I can't wait. So yeah, all right, good night everyone. We'll see you tomorrow in the morning. Good morning everyone. We are just right now on the ferry heading to Kishima Island. This has been the location I've been looking forward to the most over the whole trip, and we're finally making it there. So we've just left Setoko Ferry Terminal on the mainland, and it's only a 30-minute ferry ride to the island. So it's a really, really small ferry. But yeah, I'm looking forward to just going ham on taking photos and videos of this semi-abandoned island and just have free roam of this beautiful, beautiful location. So, all right, let's go. Kishima was originally a bustling coal mine that ran from 1959 to 2001. At its peak, there were around 8,000 to 10,000 people living on this island. But as of 2021, there are only around 111 residents left. And I think that makes a lot of sense. There's not that many things that keep people here. And so a lot of it has been left to kind of go by itself. So now a lot of the residents are actually cats like this one right here. Oh, yeah, he's so small, so sweet. There's also a coal mine here that you can check out. I believe that they give guided tours. So if that's something that you're interested in, you can definitely do that. So we're now headed into the residential area where a lot of the ivy has overgrown a lot of buildings It's very, very cool to see in person. It's amazing to see what nature does to reclaim places. So Kishima was a fantastic experience. I definitely recommend it to anyone. It's very, very inexpensive to get there. It might be a little out of your way, but it's only 450 yen for the ferry ride over one way, so 900 yen both ways. We're not sure if you can take a car for free on the ferry. There is no cost online, but I suspect it might not be that expensive, and in the summer I would definitely recommend it. We did not take the car and we paid for it with a little bit of heat exhaustion, which is why there wasn't much else to the stay. We went back to the hotel to rest and clean up. But yeah, 100% recommend. I hope you enjoyed the photos and videos. Tomorrow will be our last day in Nagasaki, and we are headed to one last photo location before heading back to Tokyo. Good night, everyone. We'll see you tomorrow. Welcome to O Shrine, which is the last location on our trip before we head back to Tokyo. It is a very cool location when it's at high tide. These 3 torii gates that are behind me are submerged and it looks like it's floating in the middle of nowhere. Unfortunately, we're here at a time when it's low tide, so we don't really get that cool effect, but it's still a really nice kind of satisfying thing to see 3 torii gates in a row. So we're gonna get some shots, see what we can do with what we have today. But yeah, would definitely love to come back here when it's high tide and it's a little bit more that magical look. Yeah, so unfortunately we can't always get every single shot that we're looking for, but nonetheless, it has been an amazing trip in the Kyushu region. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along with us. It's been so awesome to be able to explore all these areas that are just so different than Tokyo. I hope you guys enjoyed watching. I hope you guys enjoyed coming along. All the locations are in the description below, so click that. I hope this helps out with any trips in your upcoming future. There's still so much more to be explored here and we'll definitely be back. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you again next time. Bye!